Hello, this is Jonathan Munoz, and I'm back after a long time without posting any videos or any information on the Facebook group, mainly because I had a lot of requests for writing personal statements, and I had to do like 30 of them, and it takes a while. It takes a couple of hours to be able to do one personal statement and then to have it revised by someone that is a native English speaker for flow, for to make it make sense. And it's a lot of work. And for all the people I did personal statements, they're very happy with it. They told me good things about my style. And some people say I have a unique perspective on how to present things. And I don't think it's just my perspective, but this is the reason I'm making this video is um, for the ones of you that are still working on your personal statement. And this is something I noticed here while doing this work. For the ones that are working on their personal statement as the deadline approaches, I want you to take a quick look at your statement and see, in all honesty, if this statement captivates the attention of a reader, if there is something impactful. And like anything, if you want to impact, if you want to get someone's attention, you have to depict that at the beginning. The first paragraph has to have that, and with a message, with something. Everything in this part of the application process is about you, the person, you, the doctor, you, the son, the member of a community. So think about that when writing a personal statement. In the past, there was a lot of interest on knowing a person
Code trauma, level
by
1,
their
ETA, 2 minutes. Code trauma, level 1, ETA, 2 minutes. Code trauma, level 1, ETA, 2 minutes.
there was a lot of interest to know people by their accomplishments, by their I don't know, scores. But that has shifted in the last years. That has shifted towards making sure that the person that is applying is mature, had enough life experience to say to mold a resilient attitude, resilient personality, um, values, qualities that we're looking on a person that we were going to work for 3 years. So your personal statement is not for you to mention everything that is on your CV. Remember that. That's the most important thing. Don't mention everything on your CV on your personal statement. Why? Because that's the reason of the CV. When you interview, they're not going to read your personal statement. They're going to read your CV, and if they have questions, they will ask you from the CV, not from the personal statement. The personal statement is something that we grab 5 minutes before going into the room, and it sets an idea of who you are, and it sets the bias, it sets the concerns, it sets the mood for everything. So if you set me up in a situation where I'm going to meet a person that seems to be um, a good person, respectful to his parents, committed to community work, um, that has recently worked in an environment of distress on a COVID floor, that has valued the work of mentors in this life, then I'm probably going in very interested on saying this is a good person. This might be a person I want in my team. But if you just present yourself as the smart guy and all you have in your note is praise and praise about how smart you are, your research work, then I may just lose that interest. So then you have something that a disadvantage. And why I'm saying this is because of all the personal statements I did in the last 2 weeks. the girls were very happy and appreciative of the of the personal statement, the way it was depicted, the way it was created. The guys had a desire for me to add more or mention more on their research activities on the personal statement. Whereas I was, for example, someone that did 2 or 3 publications on metabolic risk, diabetes, working with stents. Wanted for me to add that and make it sound glorious on the personal statement. Whereas what I did is what I was thinking I should do is just to say that my main focus on research lies on understanding the disease process and prevention of the disease with a long-term goal of improving cardiovascular outcomes on patients with heavy metabolic risk, to say something. But you see the idea. And so it just switch your very specific research. I switch it to talking about how your research focus aims at helping primary care, which is what you're applying for. If you're going to internal medicine, you're applying to
Code
primary
gray,
care.
all clear.
And
Code
so
gray, all clear.
if your
Code
interest
gray, all clear.
is shown as prevention through your research, then you have something good on your CV. But it was hard to try to talk to most of the guys on how this personal statement has to be done in a subtle way, in a very simple fashion that's not using complex words, fancy words, and it's not going around and around the same. It's not boring. So for that, my writing style is to first knowing who you are, where were you born, who was your father, who was your mother, what did they do for a living, how in tune were you with underserved communities in your country. So now I grab that and I create the first paragraph, which is using that information to show you as a person with gratitude to his upbringing. For example, I like to say or start by saying something that may spark your interest in medicine. For example, uh, and it could be the death of someone, it could be a stroke, it could be the disease of someone in our family, but it has to be done in a way that's not focusing on the negative, but on the positive, the learning process, the resilience of the person, and how that resilience influence you to become a better person or to start into medicine. And after that, I follow with a paragraph that says or talks about your medical school years and how you switch your mind into going to the United States. And after that, well, during this paragraph, I also mentioned something like your family, your support system, um, your early involvement with the community. Why? Because I'm setting up the next paragraphs to consolidate that you will continue being involved with the community, with the underserved, with the vulnerable. That you will continue, or you will find your strength in your family, in your son, in your daughters, and um, the work of mentors in your life. So see, those 2 paragraphs, the first 2 paragraphs, are the ones that take me like 2 hours to do, because I have to create that story that's not only appealing, that's not only romantic, but is done in a subtle way. Whereas what I found is that the applicants that are preparing their own personal statements, they're all about themselves. They're all about suffering, struggles, financial struggles, and those things don't matter. Don't mention money on any of your answers in your ERAS application. Don't mention money. Mention something that is a quality that you struggle with, but you ultimately ended up improving at, and you know getting or becoming a better self, a better you after this struggle time. That's all I have to say. We still have 2 more weeks or a week and a half before the deadline. Um, if you want, send me your request. I will try my best to do it in a timely manner, but I'm already having like some time problems, but I will work on it. So guys, try, please, um, do it for you. Do it for you. Try to create a very appealing personal statement because it's the first thing that we see. Try to add something about primary care, working with the underserved, social determinants of health, leadership. Leadership is very important, and humility. I would recommend you to look at different podcasts. The ones that I use to give me ideas on how to do my personal statements are the different kind of leader and the nocturnist. So listen to a couple of podcasts, maybe give you some lines that you can use on your personal statement, and follow my flow, follow my style, because I, when I prepare a statement for anyone, I have this statement read by someone else, by 2 or 3 doctor friends that work with me, and say, yeah, this is good enough. This person is a good person in paper, so it's good, it's ready. Okay, so that's all I had to say today. Good luck, and next thing happening for us is to start the interview preparation season, which will come probably in 2 or 3 weeks when I settle down to start doing that with you guys. Thank you.